Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Now we're heading back to the hospital.
Yep.
But we just got out of the hospital.
I know, right? Microscopic germs.
That's kind of what started this whole problem.
We should take the spruce moose to get off here. Oh, it was coming, you know it.
I knew. I tried to cut that one off.
Alright. Oh, there he is.
Hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Actually,
Well,
alright.
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Okay. Alright, what's up with you?
Yeah. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Oh, right. That is weird. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey!
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys are able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, it won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I had to swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. Such an odd statement.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's take a look at this first. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey, Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But when did you get to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right!
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now, but the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away... No, not right away. A person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that it must have been Ibuki. She walked straight up to the stepladder and without any hesitation. She climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model.
Oh, hold on.
Well,
At the time you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right?
Yeah? You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Wouldn't be the first time. I don't think that's it, but
No.
Ibuki committed suicide.
I think she killed herself, but I think it was on someone's orders.
Yeah. What do you think, Chiaki?
There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
If so,
You...
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily.
oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there.
What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Okay.
Let's go there now.
Alright, what do you got?
Akane?
Now then.
You. Finally getting back to my normal self.
All right.
Hajime, help me with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win.
No, thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey.
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one.
Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on.
That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms.
There weren't any gowns?
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it.
Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross.
Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like-
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon.
Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea.
There's one missing. There's 4 rooms.
Yes. Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anybody inside. Oh, alright then. Well, it's not a truth bullet, so I guess maybe it's not anything. It still seems strange. Alright, why the conference room?
Why is there neon lighting over the conference room?
I don't know. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Don't turn it on.
Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'll be embarrassing.
What's fully exposed?
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out?
I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Bummer. Troll fail.
No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the
There's a
window.
Monokuma up in the ceiling. Were you surprised?
Surprised? I don't get it.
Well,
I got it.
Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See a black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect.
A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So,
Oh, it's you.
is something wrong with it?
I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret.
Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you.
Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place.
There's a Monokuma on the ceiling. No!
I want my Monokuma.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
I get the Monokuma on the ceiling.
It's already time. So this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go.
I want my Monokuma on the ceiling!
So if you don't go... Can I go back to the third island?
Because we didn't go in there when we were wandering around. I didn't know there was a conference room. I didn't know there was a second floor.
We walked up there like very briefly.
We didn't go in the conference room.
No, we definitely did not go to the conference room.
Boo. We would have had all the Monokumas for this chapter too.
Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock.
Still
And
missing
soon enough.
Nekomaru.
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's such a
What?
dumb child.
Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru?
I see. So you've come to avenge him.
That's...
Avenge? That sounds like he died.
Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway,
Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first. Huh?
I won't let you.
Oh, hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey!
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Yeah, don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way, not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die.
Why are you so excited about that?
Wait, that's a good point. So if they vote wrong, does Nekomaru die too?
how about it?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
All right, let's hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, you're right. Deadly class trial.
So I don't understand because they're supposed to have everyone there for the class trial.
I have a feeling that there's like a bigger secret with Nekomaru than they're letting on. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, I feel like this is way more high-tech than that elevator.
I know.
You know, we just had that, before we just had a room. I mean, now we take the elevator, but we didn't have the escalator going into a mountain. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. Oh, that's Mikan. I was like, I thought I saw a Buki at the bottom of the screen.
No, that's Mikan, unfortunately.
Can we swap them?
I wish.
But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped.
I like Chiaki's little kitty backpack too.
The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. Is it like updated again?
What?
My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats.
Well, two people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No.
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hyoko Sianji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those two is among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Alright, Nekomaru is not ready. Yeah. Just Akane and us left on that one.
Yep.
Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost, for our sake, for our friend's sake, for Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I would like to save my current progress. I think we've already done everything we can. Alright, let's do it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I
tried
bludgeoned
to
you in
stop
the
them, of
head right
course.
now at the class trial.
It's a good
I
plan.
rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
What do you got?
So, from what we can somewhat gather, there are 2 of those hemp bags, right?
Yep.
And that conference room in the hospital was set up to look almost exactly like this.
But it had a projector.
What do you mean it had a projector?
They had a projector in it where they were watching videos or something on it.
But was that there when we went in there for the first time?
I don't remember going in that conference room at all.
No.
Are you saying Ibuki was already hanging and someone used the monitor?
Use the monitor
to show
to
them?
show us, to make it look like it was just happening, even though it had already happened.
That's a good idea.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital.
Because
There's 3 people at the hospital.
right.
And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
His face is
After
all
I
red.
heard from those 2 that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
Because
You're
otherwise I'm
onto
like,
something because I'm telling you, when that person was walking up, there was no long hair hanging down the front.
yeah,
door
it's not.
wouldn't
It wasn't the same person.
Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's, and not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
I got it.
Okay.
So, the killer had to have taken one of the monitors from like the electric district area, like just a random one, smashed it inside the music theater, took the real one into the conference room inside the hospital.
That makes sense.
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That is
Lie?
true.
Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come
We
on,
had-
try to prove it to me.
We had no idea
Prove
what
you're
was
not
going
the
on
killer.
with that damn movie and the imitation murder, so we have that ticket.
That might be the first thing. That's probably what he's getting at. Yeah. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. We have that theater ticket.
Yep.
Yep, there we go.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
Hajime's a
I
liar?
don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Wow.
Didn't Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There it
There you
is.
go.
No, that's wrong. I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Oh, F you.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
Exacerbates me.
Person
He's
only
the
Isn't that-
saddest
one
hero.
ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Is it a ghost?
He's gonna ask that in the
Isn't
next
that
one.
right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Actually, it is good to like start eliminating
people,
suspects.
yeah.
As annoying as that was, it's like, well, you can't say it's us
Well,
now.
since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation and also provide a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important, especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway. Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
No, I think
Then
that's
let's
also wrong.
ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means When we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They bolt out the door?
They were?
I don't think
If
so.
that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
I don't think that's right. The only person I could see is from a technical standpoint, I could see Kazuichi. From a despair disease standpoint, I could see Sonia. But I think if it's the despair disease route, I would say Mikan more likely than Sonia. But Mikan was with us when we had to break down the door.
Right.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Well, we'll just have to find out if Monokuma is up to something weird in the next episode. That was unexpected.
Is Monokuma going to be Nekomaru during this? Since he can't be there?
Oh. That'd be interesting. We'll just have to find out next time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.